Welcome to Built by Her. My name is Siva Snarby. I'm a co-founder and CEO at Connected Dots. And at Connected Dots, we build like a flight simulator, but for medical personnel. This is to hone their skills and to make sure they have the competence they need in their daily tasks. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the three reasons why you procrastinate and what to do about it. And when we founded the company back in 2020, it was not, we did have the intention to found a company before. I did write a master's degree based on the topic, and we also did apply for funding. And my master's degree didn't really get a good grade. And I didn't really understand why, because the thesis was around the frameworks that we do use in the economic world, but the advisors did not feel it was good enough related to the framework. And anyway, we also did apply for funding and we did not get it. So for maybe a half year, we kind of left it on the side. And then later, we still felt the desire and then we founded the company. And I would say now, many people want to start their own business. I hear it all the time from friends who admire me for building something. But also I try to say like, you can do it too. And I always hear like, yeah, maybe later when I have that, or when my life is like this. It's like everyone I talk with, most of the people I talk with, at least, do have that mindset that now is not the right timing, but it's never going to be the right timing. You just have to start, and then you need to learn as you go because you never have like, let's say about these videos that I've been making for Women Tech EU. I didn't have any experience making these videos. So if I were to wait until I'm ready, until I have the experience, then the videos would never come out and they would not be able to help so many women. I have received a lot of messages from women thanking me for making those videos because it saved them a lot of time. And yeah, I would say that was definitely better than waiting and then not being able to help all those women achieving their goal, at least trying to apply for the Women Tech EU. So there are three reasons why we do procrastinate. I already been indirectly touching one of them, which is perfectionism. Um, as I say, like if we still take this example with the videos, if I were to keep, like if I really needed to have them so perfectly done, then they would never be posted. And that's definitely hard for me because I am definitely a perfectionist. So I could spend many, many hours, many days working on this, but I also try to remind myself what is the most important thing. And for me, that's creating value instead of, and there is not, okay, maybe I could make a new video, and if I have it more maybe scripted or more planned what I'm going to say, then it's going to be giving a little bit more value, but maybe just 1% or 2%, So the main thing is always thinking about the value. And the second reason why, why we procrastinate is distractions. We all have this one here. There is a lot of things going on the phone. I would say what I'm trying to do now, at least here, is that I'm trying to take away my phone when I don't need it for work. I put it on flight mode. I leave it in, far away from my desk because if it's on the desk, then it's easy to go for the phone. Especially for me, if I find something that is challenging at work, if I'm like getting a bit stuck, then it's like I want to release some tension, and then I could go on the phone and do really nothing, and that's I always regret it afterwards. So I'm really trying to be strict with my phone use. I also know, because I've been reading a lot about the phone usage in general, when you do look for your phone and you do open it, you get dopamine hit, and it's gonna take you some time for you to land afterwards and to be able to really, to really have deep focus again after. So that's something I really recommend. When I was traveling to Denmark not too long ago, I left my phone in my hotel room and I went down to the lobby area to work. And honestly, that was super productive because if you have it there close to your computer, then you are likely going to use it more. Now, sometimes, depending on your job, you do need to use it. Like for me, I do need to use it for phone calls, for sales, but then I can just try to block out those hours. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but yeah, sometimes that's the best. And the third reason why we procrastinate is based on, well, excuses, right? I already kind of touched that as well, like I'm not ready. Um, yeah, you just make excuses for why you shouldn't do it right now. And the reason why you do this is because your brain wants to protect you, you know, and we don't like to really do new things in that sense. We like to do the same old things that we're used to doing, that we feel comfortable, we know there is no danger. Um, but yeah, excuses is not really, it's not really helping you, you know. The moment you start to try to tell yourself excuses, that's the moment you should just kickstart doing the task because many times we do have motivation, but then it drops. It's you get a little boost and then it drops. So I believe in the moment you do have motivation, you should try to do it. Like when before it becomes a part of your habits. Um, but yeah, you should really kickstart when you have the motivation, you know, because then it's easier and then get into motion, like doing it every single day, keeping being consistent. That's always easier. If you have like something I learned from a mentor was that, going to the gym, I can easily skip like one day, but I'm trying to never skip 2 days because if I do, then it's really harder later. And this is something I actually read in that book as well, Atomic Habits, like one day perfectly fine, but if you keep like skipping, it's not a part of your identity anymore. It's more like, let's say, making excuses could be a part of your identity instead of going to the gym in this case. um and yeah, so definitely trying to keep the momentum as you go. I remember Leila Hormozi is someone I really admire. I have been listening to her podcast, and she was saying that when you yeah, when you want to start with something new, you should do just a small little something. And she was working in the fitness industry, and she said that one of the coaches that she met, he only told his clients to make the bed as the first thing in the morning. Like for the first week, only the bed. He didn't tell them to go to the gym and do this or a walk. And the reason for that was to kind of trick the brain to do some kind of a little activity, but most importantly, feel that you have accomplished something. I think feeling the mastery thing is the most important. So that's why we should never give too much, maybe in the beginning, but like with new habits, invest. Um, as this book says, Atomic Habits, if you want to start reading, you should do one page a day. And the funny thing with that, when you start doing those things, is that you want to do more. So maybe you start with one page or two or three, but then you have momentum and then you're like, oh, I might as well just read more. But the most important thing is to, in the beginning, feel or find the amount of time that you feel good with investing and then keep on doing that. So so yeah, I hope that was helpful with the advice. We touched the three reasons why people procrastinate and then also what to do about it. I hope it was helpful and yeah, take care.